الله أكبر 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 أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمد.
And we spoke about different things regarding that can spoil our wudu in different situations. Today we're going to look at Babul Haid, where we're going to talk about things regarding menstruation and also postnatal, which will be an-nifas. So it started by Babul Haid, which is basically about the menstruation first. So للحيض عدة من الليالي 25 منتهى الكمال. Al-Haid, when we say Haid, which is a menstruation, is said للحيض عدة من الليالي. It is a situation, or for menstruation, it is days in the month in which a woman will be in those situations. 25 أو 25 منتهى الكمال. The most days that we can expect or look at Haid is at least 15 days. It can come from first day to all the way to 15 days. So it's normal for it to come all the way for 15 days. So those are the ideas we need to start putting in our mind. So Haid can come all the way to 15 days, not necessarily 3 or 4 or 5 days that it does come. It can come all the way to 15 days. So we are to be aware of that. Now, فإن يزد شيء على تكميلة فذاك عرق حادث من علة. If anything is to be added, any day is added to the 15 days, that is considered irqun, it is considered sickness. And for that matter, a person has to start looking for medicine. So if menstruation comes for more than 15 days, you are considered sick. And for that matter, you start looking for medicine for the reason of the blood continuing after 15 days. So 15 days is the max. Anything after that is considered sickness, which inshallah we will look at the differences and we'll look at how to calculate inshallah. وغاية القلة في الأيام 3 تجري على الدوام. The list of days for menstruation is 3 days. So it can come, the list can be up to 3 days and stop for a woman to have a shower or ghusl to start praying or start fasting if it's in the month of Ramadan. If it comes and stop within 3 days, consider it to be normal and start praying. Don't say that normally I say it for 4 days or 5 days, and for that matter I'm waiting until the usual days that it comes. Don't wait. As long as it stops, you just need to have a shower or ghusl and start praying. وإنما هذا في استبراء وعدة الزوجات والإماء. These also are one of the ways in which a woman is considered woman fully, and also this is one of the ways in which if there is an end into a relationship of marriage, these are one of the ways in which it's being counted, so that a woman can know that, well, this divorce happened such and such time of the month, and for that matter I was able to go through three different cycles of period, and for that matter she has finished iddah for her to be able to get married to someone else. Unless if it's the death. With death, definitely it has to be the 4 months and 10 days. Or if the person is pregnant and she had a baby, then after the child, she is now free to have into another marriage. This one that we made mention, I'm going to add the postnatal, so that together we can spread all and explain in detail, inshallah. وللنساء إعادة الولادة يعرفن منها النقص والزيادة. The same thing applies to women who are in the state of al-wilada, giving birth. يعرفن منهن النقص والزيادة. That is where they know from when it stops or when it starts. Of course, as we know about menstruation, which we will explain in detail later, regarding menstruation and also regarding nifas, there are some differences, but the rulings are all the same. فكيل شهرين تستوي في العدة وقيل غير ذاك فيه حديدة. Now, some scholars agreed that the maximum days for nifas is 2 months, which means 60 days. Some also said 40 days. So all this, inshallah, we'll look at the ruling as we finish, inshallah. والقصة البيضاء في إثر الدم علامة للبعد الطهر فاعلم. What are the signs? The signs that shows that the nifas or the haid has stopped, has finished. What are the signs? What do we see to consider that really it has finished, and for that matter I need to have a shower or ghusl and start praying? What are the signs? So the first one is قصة البيضاء. قصة البيضاء is one of the signs that a woman can see to know that yes, the blood has stopped, I need to start praying. What is قصة البيضاء? قصة البيضاء is it's like a yellowish water that is slimy, that will come at the end of the menstruation. It comes at the end of the menstruation. Some women, that is what they see to know that they have finished their menstruation, and then they have ghusl and start praying. That is some sign. Not all women, but this is one of the signs of some women. وعادة البعد هي الجفوف كلاهما مستحب مألوف. Other women also, they don't see قصة البيضاء, they don't see the yellowish water, but rather they will see like a dryish kind of blood that comes at the end of the menstruation, and that is also the sign to say that they have finished their menstruation. Now with both menstruation and the nifas, we're just going to quickly talk a bit about it. Women are categorized into 3 or 4 different groups when it comes to this situation. The first group are what we call the beginner, which is someone, a young girl who is going to start menstruation, who has never menstruated before. For this girl, she is given from the first day that she starts seeing the blood. She has to give herself 15 days from that day. So she starts counting from that day. Whenever the blood stops, that is her haid, which means that the blood stops. She's expecting 15 days. It stopped at 5 days or 4 days. So she should start looking at that as one of the signs of how many days the blood will come for her every month. Of course, it does change. The second group of women are those that we call al-mu'tada, someone who is already having menstruation every single month. So they already know how many days it comes. They already know the signs. So with them, there's no much problem. But with them also, when it comes, let's say a woman who always sees menstruation, let's say 5 days or 6 days in a month, and then the days come, the 6 days has finished, but blood continue flowing. What she needs to do at that moment is to give herself extra 3 days on the 6 days. This extra 3 days to give her 9 days. In between that, we expect that by then the blood has stopped and she can start having prayer. So within these 3 days, when the blood stops straight away, she will just have a shower or ghusl and start praying. If it does not stop, she will give herself another 3 days. Now from 9 days, it's making 12 days. Within this 12 days or the next 3 days, if the blood stops, she will have a shower and start praying. If it does not, she gives herself another 3 days. So now from 12 days, another 3 days, making it 15 days. At that moment, she cannot add any other day. So if the blood continues all the way to that 15 days, the day is stopped. The 15 days come automatically from that day. Whether the blood continues or not, she needs to have a shower and start praying. At that moment, we call that al-istihada. That is considered as sickness. So she needs to have a shower and start praying and seek for medication for why the blood continue flowing. So that is a lady who already have her ada. The same thing applies to the young girl who just started. If it continues all over up to 15 days, anything after 15 days, she has to start praying. Even if the blood is coming, she will just pray every single. She does not need to have a shower every single prayer, but she has to make sure that she change so that she's always clean to pray. So that is regarding al-mu'tada, someone who already is in the position of having menstruation. The next group is al-hamil, a pregnant woman. Pregnant woman also can have a situation in the pregnancy, especially by after the first 3 months of the pregnancy. Most often, some women will start to see some menstruation, and this can go all the way to 20 days. Remember, we spoke about normal menstruation. It goes all the way up to 15 days. But for this pregnant woman, it can go all the way to 20 days. That's the pregnancy from after 3 months onwards. The pregnancy after 3 months onwards, she can see the menstruation all the way to 20 days. After that, anything after the 20 days, she has to have a shower and start praying and seek for medication. Pregnancy all the way to 6 months also can see menstruation, and it can go all the way to 25 days. So remember this, the beginner and the one that is already having menstruation, both of them, their maximum days are 15 days. The pregnancy that is all the way to 3 months or above 3 months, she can have a menstruation that can go all the way to 20 days. Pregnancy that goes over 6 months also, they can have pregnancy menstruation that can go all the way to 25 days. So put those things in mind. With all these three, wherever the blood reaches the maximum days and it continues, they will have a ghusl and start praying. Now regarding the postnatal, which is the nifas, the same thing. Some scholars agreed that it goes all the way to 60 days, which is 2 months. But remember, even the first day that she had the baby, the blood can stop that very day. which means that if the blood stopped that day, she needs to have ghusl and start praying. If it does not stop, she can keep counting the days until it reaches the 60 days. Some scholars also use the hadith of Habiba that says that at the time of the Prophet, some women used to have postnatal bleeding all the way to 40 days. Most scholars did not put this as their evidence of the postnatal, but some scholars stick to that maximum days should be 40 days after giving birth. And if that is the case also, if you follow that ruling, that means that after the 40 days, if blood continues, that woman has to have a shower and start praying. With both, we spoke about the signs of the stopping of the blood, that is the qassat al-bayda and then the jufuf. Qassat al-bayda, that is what we mean by the yellowish water that sometimes will come immediately after the end of the menstruation. And some women, they will not see that, but they will see what we call al-jufuf, which will be the dryish blood that will come at the end of the menstruation, and that is the sign for other women. So these are the main information regarding this particular topic of haid and also an-nifas. Now, someone will ask the question, what of if I'm expecting the blood to come, let's say for 5 days. It came 2 days or 3 days and it stopped. I had a shower, I prayed. The day after, it came back again. What do I do? Simple. The same counting you're going to do, but this counting will be different from the other one that continues. What you do in this situation is the blood is supposed to stop. It stopped instead of the days that you're expecting, it stopped less than that. You had a shower, you prayed for 2 days. By the 3rd day, it came back again. You only count the days that it came and take the days that it stopped until you get your 15 days, or if it's after the birth, the 60 days. So you just count the days that it came and ignore the days that it stopped, that you had a shower. And always remember to follow the signs of the stopping of the blood. Some women, this is how it happened. If every month you see qassat al-bayda, which is the yellowish water, this is what you normally see. And then 1 month it came, instead of that, you saw the darkish blood or the dryish blood coming. Don't stop, don't go and have a shower. Wait. The whitish water will come because that is more stronger. If normally you see the blackish or dryish blood at the end of your period, that is what you normally see. But this time around you saw the yellowish water, don't wait for the blackish water. Go and pray. Go and have a shower and pray, because this one is stronger than the other one. So if you see this one, it's definite that the blood is going to stop any moment from now. And in that sense, straight away, have a shower and then start praying. So look at these differences. If you have any question regarding this topic, please feel free to type your questions as we go, inshallah. So look at those differences. Just be aware that every woman is different in terms of the signs, and also every woman is different in terms of the days. But the minimum it can come a month can be 3 days, maximum can be 15 days. So be open for all these when you are in those situations. Be open for all this if you are in those situations. So that is regarding our haid and also an-nifas. If you have any question, please feel free to text us or unmute yourself and ask your question regarding those two components that we spoke about, an-nifas and also al-haid. Inshallah, in our next lesson, we will be looking at things that make it, what are the things, the compulsory things that make us have to have a ghusl. Today we spoke about haid and nifas. We said at the end of it, you will have ghusl. What are other things that makes it compulsory upon us to have ghusl. Inshallah, next week we will be talking about that. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
لا إله إلا الله غرامي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله حياتي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله حبيبي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله شبابي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله لساني رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله وقلبي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله على كل رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله صلاتي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله سلامي رسول الله على وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله أحب النبي لها هاشمية وأحرف. لا إله إلا الله وأجمع مدح لها هاشمي وأؤلف. لا إله إلا الله فلم أك عن مدح النبي أتوقف. لا إله إلا الله عن السنة البيضاء لا أتعصف. لا إله إلا الله وما مسني يوما بعيشي تقشف. لا إله إلا الله وأهرف دحري بالذي كنت أعرف. لا إله إلا الله وأعرف دهري بالذي كنت أعرف. لا إله إلا الله على خدمة المختار دهري عاكف. لا إله إلا الله سلام على طه الأمين الوجيه. لا إله إلا الله لدى الحضرة العليا النزيه النبيه. لا إله إلا الله سلام عليه من خديم متيم. لا إله إلا الله بحسن محيا ما له من شبيه. لا إله إلا الله محيا به شمس النهار قد اشرقت. لا إله إلا الله يفوز خديم قد تأمل فيه. لا إله إلا الله على أحمد خير الورى حق قدره. لا إله إلا الله صلاة وتسليم عديد سنيه. لا إله إلا الله عليه صلاة الله ثم سلامه. لا إله إلا الله تبعد أعدائي وكل سفيه. لا إله إلا الله فهو سلاحي وهو سيفي ومغفري. لا إله إلا الله به رد عني مكر كل فقيه. لا إله إلا الله عليه صلاة الله ثم سلامه. لا إله إلا الله هو يشفع فينا فهو خير وجيه. لا إله إلا الله عليه ثم سلامه. لا إله إلا الله بها يصطفيني فوق كل نزيه. لا إله إلا الله عليه صلاة الله ثم سلامه. لا إله إلا الله وآل وأصحاب وكل زويه. لا إله إلا الله عليه من العبد الخديم تحية. لا إله إلا الله تفوق ضحايا الكل فهول فيه. لا إله إلا الله خيالي رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله أنا فكري رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله وقتي رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله أنا متي رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله أنا شغلي رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله أحب رسول الله أعلى وأرفع. لا إله إلا الله مدى الدحر وحج الحجيج وعرفوا. لا إله إلا الله